All right, we are live, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome my special guest from Northern Arizona, wide receiver Isaiah Eastman. Man, how's it going?
Man, it's going good. I appreciate you for having me on. Blessed to be here.
Oh, for sure, man. And for those people who are not familiar with you, man, tell them who you are.
So my name is Isaiah Eastman. A lot of people just call me Zay, but yeah, I just finished playing ball up here at Northern Arizona. Just a kid from Gilbert, Arizona, man. Went to high school at Higley, graduated from there, then went up to a Division II school at South Dakota School of Mines up in Rapid City, South Dakota. Played out there for a few years, man. Enjoyed my time out there, and then decided to take a chance on myself and transfer on over to Northern Arizona. Played my last few years of ball up here, and yeah, man, just blessed to have been able to play as many years in college that I was, and to still be chasing this dream.
For sure, man. What makes you, why should NFL teams draft you and what makes you stand out from the rest of the wide receivers?
I would say a big reason the NFL teams should draft me is just my adaptability to being able to do whatever on the field, from catching the football to catching returns to running the football, taking handoffs and things like that, as I've done throughout my career, and then shoot, even throwing in little gadget plays, trick plays, throwing the football and things like that. So um, I'm also a very coachable player, and so any team that wants to get me, I'll be able to fit right into the system, whatever system they may be running. I'll be able to, like I said, my adaptability, I'll be able to adapt to whatever system it is. And I'm just a playmaker at the end of the day, and I love to play the game of football. So I've been doing it since I was a young kid. And um, when it comes to playing at the highest level, man, you got to love the game to really succeed in it. And so I'm definitely one of those guys who love the game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you started at a young age. What was the age when you got into football?
The age I got into football was, I believe I started playing flag at 5 years old. So that's kind of started my journey. But before that, man, I'm in the crib throwing the ball to myself. I got videos from when I was younger. My parents always show me and laugh about it and things like that. But just throwing the football up to myself, commentating, commentating my own little games in my head and things like that around the house. And so I just fell in love with it at a young age.
Yeah, it has to be, man. Like getting into it at a young age, it kind of
Right,
sticks with you.
right.
I mean, coming out of high school, what were the offers like for you?
Really, I only had about two offers coming out of high school. I had a few like NAIA type offers that I didn't really like pursue or anything like that. But the two ones that I was really thinking about were two Division II schools. It was South Dakota School of Mines and University of Mary, I believe. And so I didn't have too much hype or recognition coming out of high school. Due to my size, I've always been kind of overlooked and kind of passed upon. And so, I mean, having those two offers only coming out of high school just made me even hungrier to want to be great and want to go find a way to be able to play Division I football, and then obviously get to the NFL.
Of course, that's always the dream, and sometimes size makes up for it, like they say.
Right, 100%.
Yeah, like which NFL teams have you met with?
I wouldn't say I've met with any specifically, but at our pro day that we just had last Thursday on the 26th, we had the Arizona Cardinals out there and the Kansas City Chiefs. And so I was able to kind of talk to them a little bit.
It'd be kind of cool to play close to home for you, right?
So 100%, yeah. I mean, even transferring from South Dakota Mines to come out here and play at Northern Arizona made it so much easier on my family to be able to make it up to games and things like that, only being like a 2.5 hour drive from home. So I mean, yeah, being a hometown hero, being able to play for the Cardinals would obviously be amazing. Her having my family be able to come out to games and all the support around me and things like that. But honestly, any opportunity that I get from any team will be a blessing in itself.
Any opportunity would present itself. Even the Chiefs, it would be kind of cool too. But
Right.
yeah, man, I guess you just live your dream and all that. So, as a kid growing up, who do you model your game after as a wide receiver?
Um, a lot of comparisons that I've drawn from other people, and even I've seen within my own game, is an active player right now, Debo Samuel. Just the way that I can take handoffs and things like that, as well as be a playmaker at the receiver position. And I know he's return kicks and things like that too. And just the kind of the way that he's built, a little more stocky and able to kind of break tackles and things like that. A hard player to take down, a home run hitter, things like that. And so I kind of model my game a little bit after him. Another player, Amon-Ra St. Brown, just with his route running and stuff. Obviously, not the fastest guy, not a burner 4-3 type of guy, but able to get open, separate, and hands are automatic pretty much. So players like that, and then a player that I really love to watch and study his game, a legend, Hall of Famer, Antonio Brown. He was his 6 year, 7 year stretch, whatever it was, of just dominance in the NFL was just amazing to watch. And so I like to study his tape and see how he kind of maneuvered in his routes and kind of faked out defenders and things like that when with his route running. And then obviously his spectacular hands as well. So those are a few of the players I like to study and try to kind of model my game after.
Yeah, they're both undersized. They both play bigger than what they are. I mean,
Exactly.
Debo was just a prototypical big body size.
Exactly.
I
So, and then
mean,
they had him taking handoffs and things like that too. Just, I mean, obviously based off his size, like he's just a hard guy to tackle. And so that's kind of how I've always been throughout my entire football career. I mean, I played my senior year of high school, first 5 games I played running back and had about 1,000 yards within the first 5 games before I moved back to slot. But yeah, that's just kind of the player that I've been to, like to be physical and things like that as well.
oh, I can tell, man, like the way they use you over there in that Big Sky conference.
Right. Yes, sir.
So, what was it like going from the other program? What was the difference of the offense that you play compared to what you play at Northern Arizona?
Um, I would say we ran a lot more like RPOs and things like that at when I came over here in Northern Arizona. And then it was more pro style also over here at Northern Arizona because sorry, what was I about to say? I would say it was more pro style over here, when I was at SD Mines, we had me and there was this other receiver, Jeremiah Bridges. And so we were kind of like a 1A, 1B type of guy. So it was like we were getting a bunch of targets every single game. Not running the ball as much, but when I came over here to Northern Arizona, we're using the run a lot more to kind of open up that passing game and things like that. And then also this last year, this most recent season up here, we started huddling every play. Whereas, before then I was used to like getting hand signals and things like that, which obviously they're not doing in the NFL. They're calling everything out of the huddle. So I was able to kind of get adjusted to that huddle play calling style, and hearing that play once and having to kind of, memorize, know exactly what I'm doing by hearing it once. You're not getting a second call. You're not seeing the signal multiple times. You're just getting that play once and having to know your job and go out there and do it. So I feel like that's kind of got me prepared for the next level as well when it comes to things like that. Um, and then, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's kind of the gist of what the difference was. But at the end of the day, I feel like I was able to kind of do what I could, with the opportunities that were presented to me in both of the offenses.
For sure, man. It helps you with all the experience, and you were able to play any other offense.
Right. Right.
So, how do you prepare for your opponents, and what's your pregame routine on game day?
Preparing for your opponent, obviously start pretty much the day after the last week's game and whatnot. That you go play on Saturday, and then we're in there pretty much studying the opponents the next day. That first day kind of consists of just getting an understanding of their depth chart and the DBs that you're gonna go against, things like that. I like to try and watch for their tendencies on that first day, kind of see if I can pick up on any little giveaways or things like that. It'll show, what coverages they're running, or just kind of see how the DBs like to play, like when they're pressed up. Do they have any giveaways if they're gonna jump jam you, if they're gonna press bail, if they're a feather technique, if they're a, outside arm strike technique, whatever it might be. I like to try and kind of watch those and break those down on that first day, kind of going into the week, and then um, kind of get in throughout the week, get into the little third down and red zone tendencies and things like that, seeing what coverages and things they like to run on specific downs, specific formations, whatever it might be, how they like to adjust to motions and all those good type of things. Kind of break those down throughout the week. By the time you get to the end of the week, you're pretty much locked in, prepared, know what you're going to get out of the defense, know what you're going to get out of those DBs that you're going against. And so then it just comes down to executing that stuff in practice, being able to, the coaches up here, especially, they did a really good job of getting our scout team, together and getting them to give us good looks throughout the week. So that helped with my preparation a lot. But I mean, I feel like film study is a huge part of being able to go into the week, into the game prepared. And I kind of learned that throughout my college career. When you come in as a freshman, like through high school, I feel like most people aren't too big on watching film and they don't kind of understand how important it is to the game and to being prepared. But through my years of college, man, I was able to learn how important it is and how much easier it makes the game, man. Like knowing what your opponent's going to do before the play actually happens, being able to kind of get that pre-snap read, it just changes the game for you. It slows it down. You're able to find the zones a lot more, a lot easier. You're able to just make yourself more available to the quarterback and things like that throughout the game. So yeah, the film study is a big part of my preparation and stuff throughout the week. And then when it gets to game day, man, all the preparation is already done. You're just gonna rise or shrink to the level of your preparation. So I'm kind of prepared when it comes to that. And then my pregame routine, I'm not a big, like, I don't really like to eat too much on game day, so I don't stuff myself. I kind of eat some simple stuff when it comes to a little bit of veggies, maybe a little bit of, kind of depends what time the game is. But if it's a afternoon game, get some chicken and stuff in, get some good carbs in, and then I like to just chill until pregame warm ups start. And get my music going. Every now and then I'll watch highlights of players and things like that, but that's not really a every game day thing for me. But I like to just listen to music, have my headphones on, kind of lock in, get some good stretching going, and just get my mind right and ready to go. Getting that kind of zone, that mentality that I'm ready to rock and roll.
That's a good way to go with it. Like you even said, going from your freshman year, you were learning the difference of how they studied the playbooks and all the other stuff and all that preparation. Like
Right.
they don't realize how serious it can be if because they can get behind the plays and all that if they don't do a lot of study on them.
100%, 100%. And there's so many like stories of that, or like examples of that I've seen throughout my career of players that I know have had so much talent, whether it be speed or the height or athleticism, whatever it is, to go out there and be able to do the stuff they can, but their mind just might not have been in it, or they just didn't do the studying enough to know the playbook to even get out on the field to go show what they can do. And so I never wanted to be that player. I always wanted to be, the guy who knows my stuff, not always have, I mean, it's always good to ask questions, but not like middle of the play or like right before the snap having to ask like, oh, what do I have, or things like that. I always wanted to be the guy who's prepared, knows my assignment, knows my alignment, things like that, and just is ready to go play fast and execute.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Like it gives you a better understanding of the play, like because some of these players, like you said, they could be as talented as fast, but if they don't understand the play, they're not going to get on the field.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
like just from okay, like outside of football, who are you as a person?
um Outside of football, man, I'm honestly really a family oriented dude. Like I just like to spend time with my family. I spend time with my girlfriend and just kind of chill. I think I'm a real people person. Like I enjoy being around people. I love to have my alone time too, where I can just sit and chill by myself and kind of think about different things in life. But um I say I'm just a real simple guy, man. I just like to be around people, like to serve others, like to make others laugh. I like to play video games with the guys. You know what I mean? Join some PlayStation parties and kick it, play some Madden 2K, things like that. But yeah, I don't really get into too much. Um, One thing I want to try out here, I wouldn't call myself a skiing guy or a snowboarding guy, but I want to try that. So I'm always good to get outside and go do a little adventure or something, whatever that might be, with some friends and stuff like that. But yeah, I just like to be around people, man. I just like to build relationships and things like that, and just enjoy my time around people. Like I don't know,
Yeah,
I'm super
and who
simple,
is it, right?
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and you said you like playing PlayStation, you like playing Madden. So what kind of like what's like your other video games you like playing?
I'm big into like all the sports video games. To be honest, like I play Madden, 2K, MLB The Show. I'm never been good at baseball in my life. I got cut from my seventh, eighth grade baseball team, something like that. But I love to play MLB The Show. I'll play some FIFA. I'll play some UFC. Every
WWE?
now and then, you say what?
WWE or no?
That no, I have not tried WWE. You play that?
Every now and then, yeah. And I play
Okay,
Grand
yeah.
Theft Auto.
Yeah, GTA. I'll get into some GTA too. I used to be big on like Call of Duty and things like that, but I haven't been into that too much recently. I kind of fell off with that stuff, but maybe I'll get back into it. But yeah, honestly, most of the sports game I'll play whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure. So for those people who were ever to be at Flagstaff, what is there to do? Like, just for me give like being a tour guy like that kind of way.
Um, there's a few different like little museums and stuff out here that you can stop by and check out. A lot of people come up here to go on hikes. Like we have a lot of good hiking trails and stuff up here. And then obviously we're at elevation, so you're gonna get a good little workout in if you're coming up here to go on a hike. So we got snowball up here if you're a big skier or snowboarder, like I mentioned earlier. You come up here and do that. If you've never done it before, come up here and at least try it out, something like that. We have some good little restaurants and places to eat out here too. And then if you drive like an hour or so out of here too, we got Sedona, which is a beautiful spot to kind of just tour around, take some good pictures and things like that. Um,
Yeah, the
but
hikes are pretty nice, I heard.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I've done maybe one or two out here, but I know like there's a bunch of people that come up here just to try the little trails and things like that. And there's even Olympic athletes who come up here just to train, just because of the elevation that we're at. So they'll come up here and train. I think Nike's actually building a huge training facility up here. So I'm not sure when that'll be done, but it's in the works for Olympic athletes and stuff to come up here and train, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah. Like everything in Arizona is starting to grow slowly, so it's
So,
becoming a big time job market and all that stuff. That's what's kind of intriguing me to go out
right.
there because I mean, like even for somebody who's going to move to the East Valley because you're from there, what's there to do over there? Because I got family down there, and I'm definitely going to have to get accustomed to that area pretty soon.
Right. Down there, I would say there's a few different malls out there you can go shop around, walk around, things like that. I mean, there's no crazy like amusement parks or anything like that if that's the type of stuff that you're into. But I say it's just I don't know. It's like a calm area. There's not too much going on, but like there's enough to go out and do. Like I said, shopping. You
Which my
could. There's
wife will
different.
like that.
You said what? Your wife don't like that?
Yeah, she'll like that
Nah,
shopping as well.
hey, 100%, 100%. Like little places to go out to eat and stuff like that. We got things like Top Golf, Main Event, like little arcade spots, different things like that. And then I mean, shoot, we got the Phoenix Suns and Diamondbacks. If you like sports game, you know what I mean. You can come out here and watch some different teams out here. I think the D-backs supposed to be pretty solid this year. So you like
Yeah,
any baseball, you can come out here and watch them.
yeah. I
Um,
got a Diamondbacks cap out, except I'm not wearing the Cardinals gear now. I'm a
you're
Sanford
not
guy.
rocking that joint, yeah. So it's a
But I
good,
might
but
go down
AZ,
there. I might go down to those little matchup games, maybe.
yeah. I mean, AZ's just I've loved living out here, man, and I wouldn't be mad about settling down out here either. I know the summers get super hot and things like that, but me personally, I prefer the hot summers over like the freezing cold, snowy winters and things like that.
That's
Honestly,
understandable.
that's me. So
It doesn't compare where I'm from because in Fresno or somewhere around the Central Valley, it gets pretty hot humidity. Like
right.
it'll
Yeah, that humid stuff, man, that's when I hate it. Like AZ is the more of a dry heat, so it's not as
dry. Yeah, that's
bad.
the
Right.
difference. That's what I felt the difference when I was
Right.
visiting before, and it's just dry. You don't really feel that much sweat.
Right, exactly. Which I like personally, so
Yeah, I
I'll
know
take
some people
that.
don't like the weather wise, but see, we're getting to know more about you a little more. But what's your cheat diet, man?
My cheat diet.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I ain't gonna judge.
Okay, nah. If I was to if I was to have a little something, I'm a big like I don't know if you would consider it a dessert or not, but like cinnamon rolls, things like that. I like me a good cinnamon roll. I can tear that up. But some brownies, I could do some brownies. Big on desserts. Like when I get the chance to. So I would say those would be like my top two desserts. If I could get a good like breakfast that's I guess somewhat cheating, I would choose French toast. I mean, I like some French toast. A lot of syrup on that joint. You know what I mean? Hey, load it up on there. So I'm a big, yeah, I would say those would be my like top three if I was to just go crazy on the day. It would be some cinnamon rolls, some brownies, or like some French toast type.
Oh yeah, that there's nothing wrong with that. The sweets and all the good stuff, But
Right.
yeah, man. So, what would be the advice for somebody that's in a similar situation as you?
Advice would be okay. In a similar situation as me, I would say, man, just believe in yourself. Like I feel like confidence is the biggest thing. Like when it comes to just the sport, I wouldn't even say just this sport, but just sports in general. Like confidence is the biggest thing because I've had plenty of times where I haven't felt confident in myself, or I felt myself just lacking that confidence that I would normally walk around with, or that I would normally have for whatever the reason might be. And you can just you can feel that difference in the way that you're out there playing and in your performance and things like that. You might not be when it comes to football, I might not be making certain catches that I would 100% make on any normal day, you know what I mean? Or I'm not running a route as confidently as I would on a normal day. Or even just off the field like I'm like, oh man, maybe I'm not made for this. Like, and just in the way that I'm thinking, like, I might be like, maybe I wasn't made to do this. Like, maybe I did put in all this work for nothing or whatever it might be. But when I find myself, believing in myself and keeping that confidence that I know I put the work and I know I prepared for this my entire life. I just kind of walk around differently. I just feel different. Like walk throughout my day. I know that I'm calling for the ball when I'm on the field. You know what I mean? I'm telling coach, oh, I want this route because I know I'm gonna go make the play. Or off the field, I'm telling myself like, man, I can't wait to make it because I already know that I'm gonna make it instead of the other way of thinking like, oh, maybe I'm not made for this. So I would say, man, just keep that confidence and have some patience because things aren't gonna happen for you overnight. You know what I mean? This like even to get to this point that I'm at right now, it didn't happen overnight. It took years and years and years of work and building. You know what I mean? Plenty of moments where I was down and I was like, ah man, maybe things aren't working out. And day by day, just kept stacking good days. And event like especially when I was at South Dakota Mines Division 2, I'm like, maybe I never will go D1. Maybe I wasn't meant to go Division 1. But slowly, days stack, work put in, daily deposits, and it didn't just happen. I was gonna say one day, I was just Division 1, but it didn't just happen in one day. It just after all the time, I ended up being granted the opportunity and blessed enough to come play Division 1 football. And so I would say, yeah, just keep that confidence and stay patient throughout the whole process, man, because it's not easy and it's not gonna happen overnight. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it takes confidence. You got to believe in yourself, or if you doubt yourself, you're more than likely you're gonna not have that faith. But if you believe in yourself and keep pushing, it'll come. But
Yeah, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to. You know what I mean? So you
yeah,
got to
that's
be
true.
that one who gonna stand up for you and tell everybody what you're about and show everybody what you're about.
Yeah.
So
So how do you deal with adversity? Like going into halftime, you guys are down by multiple touchdowns. How do you respond?
I would say communication. Communication is one of the biggest things. Just letting your teammates know that you got their back, and hopefully, I mean, they're responding in the same way. Just kind of stepping up and taking that leadership role and um just not wavering in that confidence, just going in there and letting them know that hey defense, y'all gonna whether y'all getting the ball, hey defense, y'all gonna go out there and get a stop. We gonna go score out of the halftime. You know what I mean? Just speaking it out there, letting them know that y'all got their back. Y'all not gonna waver. That you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You're not scared of nothing. That um that the work has already been put in, and you know you just got to go out there and just execute regardless of what happened in the first half and things like that. It's a whole new every time you step into that locker room at halftime. It's a whole new ball game. Whether you win in the game or whether you lose in the game, I try not to get too high or too low or too emotional in any situation, because when you start reacting off emotions and things like that, that's when you go into the locker room and you start arguing with your teammates and things like that, and you start pointing fingers and blaming others for you know why the score is the way it is at the moment of the game. But when you start just pointing the finger at yourself and taking accountability, which is a big thing that you kind of learn throughout your college career as well, it goes a long way in it. You just gain more respect for your teammates, and when you're coming back out in that second half or that next game, whatever it might be, it's just it's a whole new mindset and trust in your brothers and things like that. So I think being able to communicate with your teammates in a way that, and obviously everybody kind of takes things in different ways. So being able to know your individual teammates as well and know how they respond to certain things, which goes back into that communication, is I feel like such a huge plays a huge role in the game of football and wins and losses and things like that. So I think just my communication with my teammates and being able to not emotionally react to certain things helps me to go into the locker room and overcome adversity and things like that.
Okay, that's a good way to go with. But what's your backup plan? We all go to college for a major.
My backup plan, man, I want to hopefully I will eventually open my own training business, training kids all ages, all sports, whatever, even adults, parents and things like that, training them if they want to get some work in. Hopefully I'll be able to do that one day. I kind of have a few different routes that I like to go. I would love to do that and have my own training business and do things like that. And then I've also thought a lot about just getting into coaching, just giving back to the game, giving back to everything that it's done for me, the relationships helped me build, the places it's taken me and allowed me to see. And so I just kind of want to give back to the game in some way, shape, or form, whether that be specifically training or whether that be going to coach on a team and things like that. I'm not 100% which route I would want to go yet, but I know that I have a lot of like contacts and things like that and relationships I built with coaches over the years that I'm sure somebody would hopefully have a spot for me on their staff or something like that to get into that, get my journey started. But I just want to stay around the game, honestly, man. I just
Nothing
like
wrong with that.
I can't see myself sitting behind a desk, 9 to 5. Like I need to be up and active and kind of coaching and trying to get
Yeah,
others better.
yeah, you got to be competitive in a way.
Right. I'm always have that competitive drive. Like I know it's never gonna leave me. So even like even in the video games, whatever, my dad will tell you we used to go back to the park back in the day. Like I might lose a game of horse or something like that. I'm not run it back. I'm
Yeah,
7
you're the
years
kind
old
of guy
now.
that
Run it
wants to
back.
win.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah. You ain't getting that one. So I
win.
mean, it's never gonna leave me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, does the moment feel surreal for you, man? Just playing the game at 5 years old and realizing this is a chance to live a dream.
It 100% does. Surreal is the exact word I would use for it, man. It's just like even when Pro Day came about last week, it was just I was just talking to some of the other guys that were doing it with me, and I'm like, man, like we're really here. Like we worked all our life for this, man, and we're really here. And it's crazy because I feel like you look forward to so many moments and then they come and go just like that too. So it's you really got to live in each and every moment that you get. Because I remember like just last summer waiting for fall camp to come, and then waiting for the ASU game to come. And then it's like it comes and goes just like the season's over. And now you're training for Pro Day. And then Pro Day comes and goes just like that. So I'm just really trying to enjoy each and every day as they come in. But it 100% feels surreal to even have this opportunity, regardless of the result or the outcome of how it goes, man, it's just a blessing to be here. Like, still playing the game I love, being able to play 6 years in college, and yeah, it's surreal for sure. And this opportunity to continue to chase my dream, it's a blessing.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, man. But hey, man, definitely appreciate your time, bro. I know that the moment feels as as surreal as it gets, man. Whenever that time calls, they give you a call or something. I know you're gonna feel nervous and excited at the
Yeah,
same time.
100%.
But whatever happens in this journey, man, gonna root for you to succeed, man. Whatever team presents itself,
Yes, sir.
maybe down the road, if you're within that area, man, maybe we can link in around the East Valley whenever that
Yeah,
time comes, man.
100%, 100%. Man, I appreciate you having me on. It was definitely an honor, a blessing to be able to come on here and answer some questions for you, man. So I appreciate your time.
Oh, for sure. And before we end this, man, tell everybody who you are again and tell them what you're doing currently.
My name is Isaiah Eastman, man. You can call me Zay, whatever. I play wide receiver. I'm chasing my dreams, trying to go to the NFL right now. Um, but it's just been a blessing to be able to chase my dream for this long, and hope only good things continue to come for me. Blessings continue to come, and doors continue to open for me. But yeah, I play wide receiver, and ready to take my game to the next level.
Oh yeah, for sure. And for everybody else, man, go check out Isaiah Eastman from Northern Arizona, man. A shifty gadget receiver, man. He could do everything, man. Whatever you ask him to do, he's gonna do it. If you want him to return kicks, he'll do that.
Yes,
If you
sir.
want him to be those reverse gadget plays, he can do it. If you need him to run some certain routes or be shifty, he can do that, man. But for everybody else, man, thank you guys for tuning in, man.
Yes, sir.